Hello everyone, my name is Poppy and I'm from Grape Arts. This is a video for anyone who just wants to get a little bit creative in their house today. So we're going to see if we can write a poem in a few simple steps based on a household object. And the object I have chosen for us today is a shoe. Now, if you don't have a shoe nearby or you don't want to get up and find one, that's no problem at all. I'm going to show you some shoes on screen now. So there's a pair of football shoes there, some walking boots, a pair of just plain trainers. There's some more, going out type dancing shoes there. So if you'd like to use a pair of those shoes, you can scroll back through the video and pause on them just before we get to the part where we start writing or having a chat about them. Or you can choose a pair of shoes that are significant to you. So a pair of shoes that really have some meaning to you. The pair of shoes that you've just thought about right now. Or if it's easier for you, you can go and grab a pair of shoes and physically hold them so you can smell them, touch them, and they're with you whilst we're writing. Okay, it can even be your slippers, which I know that I'm definitely wearing a lot at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to be writing myself about a pair of shoes I wore as a child. So I'm going to give you a few seconds now. You can pause this video, go back to a pair of shoes that I showed you on screen, or you can pause it and go and grab that pair of shoes for yourself or for someone else so they can be with them. Or you can have a few seconds to think about what pair of shoes you might want to write about. So pause now and then come back. Awesome. So the shoes I've chosen are my Doc Marten boots that I had as a child, and I absolutely loved them, and my mum had to practically prise them off my feet to get me away from them, and they were sort of covered in a Smartie pattern. Smartie's like the sweets, they were covered in that, and I absolutely loved them. And whenever I think about a significant pair of shoes in my life, they're the ones I think about, and I wish they had them in adult size. So physically holding the shoe, or holding that shoe in your imagination, or thinking about the shoe that you've just scrolled back to in the video, let's start. So the first thing I want you to write down or just verbalise is, what does the shoe look like? And that's things like the colour, the texture, the material that they're made from, something really simple. I'm just going to describe exactly what they look like in simple terms. So they were Smartie, covered, Doc Martens. Now you can go into as much detail as you want, as little or as much as you want. There's no rules here. Okay, the second one is, what does the shoe smell like? This could be that they smell like a place. Maybe they smell like the Yorkshire Dales, or they smell like that dance hall, or they smell, they smell like, I don't know, anywhere. Smell like the park, anywhere at all. Or, like what I'm going to do now, is completely make it up, because I don't really know what they would have smelt like. So I'm going to make it up. The smell that comes to mind, because they were covered in Smarties, like sweeties, what comes to mind is sickly sweet. So I'm simply going to write down those two words that came into my head. So sickly sweet. And the next one is, what does the shoe sound like? So this can be what sound the shoe makes as you're walking, as you're running, as you're dancing. What do they sound like when you throw them in the back of the car after a long walk? Anything like that. Maybe they've got a slight squeak. I think as a child I probably stomped quite a lot, because they were boots, like heavy boots. So I'm going to put stomp. So I stomped. And I'm going to make mine rhyme. There is no pressure. You do not have to make yours rhyme at all. I'm just going to pop one in there for fun. I stomped on repeat. And I imagine as a child I probably was quite annoying and stomped my feet a lot. Lovely. And the next one is, where did you wear these? Or where do you still wear them? Where do you wear them? I probably wore mine, because they were quite sturdy. I remember wearing them, I'm going to put through fields, because we walk the dog quite a lot, so through fields. And this ties in with when. So was it at night? Was it on a day trip somewhere? Was it, or is it always? Or was it to a party? Or maybe it was to a wedding? I'm going to put, the thing that comes to my head is, so through fields and trips to the zoo. And the final one is who. Who do these shoes remind you of? Maybe someone bought you these shoes. Maybe these shoes were the shoes that you wore on that first date or your wedding or something like that. And someone comes to your mind when you think about or you're looking at the shoe in front of you. Now these shoes, because I was very small, were bought by my parents. And when I think about them, they do remind me of them. So when we talk about the who, I also want you to think about how they make you feel. How does that person make you feel? Or how does that shoe make you feel? Does it conjure up any feelings? So for me, my heart, what comes to my head is my heart was full. So my heart was full. And we'll try and get another rhyme in there. When I walked with you. And I mean, by that I mean walking with the shoes, because I love the shoes, but also I think about my parents and my family and walking with them and feeling, sickly sweet, and my heart was full, and all those things, all those feelings that come to mind. So that's it. Those are the steps. So I'll recap through them now, and then I'll share with you my mismatched poem. Now, if you've not written anything, there's no pressure, you don't have to write a single thing, you can just verbalise all of this, that's absolutely fine. And maybe this isn't about writing a poem, but instead it's about telling a story. So if there's someone with you, you can share the answers to these questions with each other, or like me, you can just sit there with your notepad and jot it down, or talk to your walls. So, recapping back over the steps. What does the shoe look like? So thinking about things about colour, texture, material. What does the shoe smell like? And as I said before, you can make this up. There are no rules. What does the shoe sound like? So what does it sound like? Is it a clippy, cloppy high heel? Or is it a sturdy, stomping boot? And then we have where. Where did you wear these, or where do you wear these? And when? Was it at night? Was it during the day? Was it when you were little? Was it when you were a bit older? When did you wear these shoes? And finally, who? Who do these shoes remind you of? And how does that make you feel? What feeling does that person conjure up from this pair of shoes? And now I'm going to share with you my poem. So, as I said, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I've had loads of fun just creating this and having a chat with you guys. So here it goes. Smarty covered Doc Martens. Sickly sweet, I stomped on repeat through fields and trips to the zoo. My heart was full when I walked with you. And that's it. It's as easy as that. Now, don't worry if you've not written a single thing down and you've just listened to this video today. I hope that it's brought you some joy. It's definitely brought me a lot of joy sitting here with you and writing this today. Again, there's no pressure to even write a poem. Maybe this just sparks a conversation. Maybe it reminds you of that one time. Maybe you could phone someone up or have a chat with someone in your house about what those shoes have reminded you of today, and even share your poem. Even better, if you feel comfortable to and confident to, share your poem in the comments below, because it would be amazing to see what you guys have created today.